7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings all. I'm New York
Yo.
Pete, co-host of Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm here with my best friend Chris, aka the Tipsy Toaster.
And you're in New York,
wanna...
NY Pete or New York Pete.
That's right.
Couldn't imagine why.
So, yeah, no, of course not. We want to thank you up front for joining us on our news, pop culture, sci-fi, entertainment channel. Full disclosure, Chris and I grew up watching 70s, 80s TV, movies, comics, cartoons, and we happen to be big Battlestar Galactica fans. So welcome to our corner of the universe. A little bit. Oh, yeah. So we're broadcasting. Yeah, we're broadcasting on IFB, and we are up on the Tipsy Toaster. We're up on the Stranded Warrior, YouTube. We have a Twitch account.
Twitching.
And yeah, so, we're all over. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. The crew is up. Charlene is up. Paul, Kim, Lola, Professor Patton is on. Dave Francoeur, good evening and hello from Berlin, New Hampshire. Thank you for joining us.
I love it when he says Berlin, New Hampshire.
Yeah, love it. Yes, of course.
That's like Berlin.
Hey, Trey, what's
New
up?
Hampshire.
Thomas Moynihan. Tom, thanks for joining us, man. You look good as a colonial warrior, and I hope you tune in on the 17th to watch the trailer because you're there. So, guys, very excited. We have a really cool guest coming on, someone that's worked on blockbuster movies and television shows, both that you'll know, and so that's going to be exciting. And then afterwards, we're going to talk with John One. He'll come on and we'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on. I'll let you know, actually, I have a partial guest list for the 17th for our marathon. And of course, Eric Larson is going to be with us again.
Yeah, cool.
So that's going to be awesome. Thank you, Professor Eric Patton. Helped us with the trivia contest. So, we always do a trivia on our anniversary. And by the way, Chris, don't forget that today is our last episode for season 3,
Yes.
right? And I just verified what the actual number is, and this is our 54th official episode, broadcast episode for IFB for season 3, and the 17th we start our 4th season, and
Wow.
it's the same day that the original Battlestar Galactica started. Yep. Or premiered, and it's actually on a Sunday, just like it was back then. So
yeah, I'm sure we'll get interrupted by Jimmy Carter. So.
Oh yeah. Oh, George Giacomis in the house. Thank you for joining, George. Appreciate it. And let's I guess we do our toast, right?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
What do you got tonight?
Cool.
Did you just open it up already?
Yeah, man.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas! You don't even slow down.
Angry Orchard. It just has to happen, man. I've been running.
If anybody needs that today, it's me. What are you talking about?
Like you. Yeah. Well, for those of you that don't know, I'm in film school, so I am now officially a student again. And
Is that why you're wearing the headphones?
That's right. I'm studying film and TV production, and that's right.
So what do you got? So you got.
Oh, I got an Angry Orchard, man.
Angry Orchard? Yeah.
Angry Orchard. Yeah.
Okay.
You see that? Hard cider from New York. Thank you very much. Thank you, Superfan Fran, for buying us around. What do you got?
I went all fall. Ugh, that's sweaty. Atomic Pumpkin Spicy. Atomic Spicy Pumpkin.
What the heck? That's crazy.
Spicy pumpkin. I like that little graphic, too. That looks kind of cool. You got a mushroom on his hat?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Looks like it, yeah.
A mushroom.
Hey, Rob Baum's on with us, too.
It's 6.4% alcohol, which is what's compared to yours is what? 2, 1,
5. Mine's 5.
5.
5.
Crazy.
Paul.
Let's see. Mine is from New Belgium Brewing Company, Asheville, North Carolina.
What are you guys drinking? Put it up, man. Let us know.
Anybody else drinking anything tonight?
Yeah.
Water?
Water? Yeah, anything. All right, ready?
Every time I think of water, I think of that, was it the Olympia beer commercial? You remember that one?
No.
You don't remember the Olympia? So the Olympia beer commercial, there's a couple of guys, redneck guys, sitting on a porch, and they're rocking back and forth, and they're drinking Olympia beer, and it's like, this is good beer. This is, what is it? It's that artesian water that they use. So, and he says, I'd shake their hands. If he says, them artisans, I'd shake their hands if they got any.
Oh, I don't know what that means, man. But I'll tell you right now, Kim Harms is drinking, I think, tequila.
There you go. Go all out.
Yeah, tequila, strawberry margarita for Paul, and George Yakumis got some single malt 14-year whiskey. Good for you guys. Hey, Steve McCormick's on. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Yeah.
14 years.
All right, ready? Let's go. Pour it.
All right, hang on, I gotta open mine up.
What's your glass, man?
I already. Yeah, but I just hold on. There we go. Now that sounds better. I have my Blue Squadron glass.
Okay. All right.
Let's see what it looks like. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. Oh, it looks pumpkin.
Okay. So we're going to get ready to toast to all the fans out there, all you guys watching now, everybody that watches later on, right? We have quite a few, sometimes in the tens of thousands that actually watch us later on in reruns. So we want to make sure we do the right thing.
It smells pretty good. So, anyways, we like to thank everybody for joining us. It's all those people that create the fandoms, people behind the scenes, people behind the cameras, people who write, people who do their fan fiction, people who buy the stuff, make the stuff, CG artists that, like we have, all those fans out there that just really make this a wonderful kind of place to be, kind of a warm and cuddly kind of group of people. Well, I don't know about that, but what a great group of people to be around. We really enjoyed being around them at Dragon Con and everywhere else.
Oh yeah.
It's so important that you realize what a tight-knit group and what a family we really are. So we really appreciate it. And of course, we always toast to you, the fans, because it is the fans that fuel the fleet. So here's to you.
Cheers. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my. Oh, this is good.
Excellent.
Oh,
I'll enjoy
spicy. Spicy. It does have a kick to it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think I've got another favorite. I got a list. French toast beer was probably the number one. I still haven't been able to find that one yet.
Paul says 348 days till the next Dragon Con.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. Incredible. So, there we go. He's going to start drinking out of the can. Relax, buddy. It's just a good beer. Just a good beer.
That's a good one.
That's right. Yep.
Dude, it's got a kick to it. That's why I like it. It's like, it definitely has not the taste of hot peppers, but it's got a kick like a hot pepper.
No kidding. Eric says he's got a hotel booked already. Excellent.
Yeah, I got to do that still. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let me
get
tell
caught
you
like
something.
I did last year. They canceled mine last year.
Is no
I had to
joke,
redo it.
guys. No joke. So Lola.
Her name was Lola.
Okay, Lola.
She was a showgirl.
Watch this careful. Watch what I got for you. Check this out. What do you think it is? Did you get yours?
Not yet.
Guys,
I haven't got
you
mine.
guys should get out there and get these. Let's show them that we're still
Hey, wait a minute.
interested.
That says Cylon. Move your finger.
Oh.
Commander.
Yeah, they all say the same thing.
That's wrong.
They all say the same thing, man.
But it's wrong.
Look.
It's not the Cylon Commander. The Chase one is the Cylon Commander. But that's definitely not gold.
That's correct. But there is a Chase that says it's...
Now, how many did you buy?
I bought 3 of these.
Have you opened all 3?
I have not.
Well, what are you waiting for?
So check this out. All right, everybody. I'm going to show you what this is. This is really cool. They're like $12. Online. Go to Funko. And it's a Blockbuster.
We're not making any paid advertisement on that, by the way.
No, we're not. But we want you guys to get out there so we can show that, Battlestar Galactica is still a viable franchise. We want stuff. Well, we got stuff.
Looks just like the old VCR boxes.
Yeah, look at that.
Except it's not crushed like most of them are.
That's really cool, isn't it? Let me open it and take this out.
What's behind it?
You guys. You don't care about the Cylon? Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, he's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his hands on top of it too. That's kind of interesting.
If we buy enough, maybe they'll make the Colonial. It's pretty cool, man.
Maybe.
All right,
that'd be cool.
You want to see what's behind that? Let's take that out. And there's a card, and it says exactly what you don't want it to say, but it says Cylon Commander.
Looks like a driver's license.
Yeah, they don't know any better. Blockbuster Rewind character card. There you go.
All right.
It's really cool.
Let's see if you got a gold one. Open up the other ones.
It's got a good. It's pretty cool.
Let's see the bottom. His feet.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Put your hand in it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
There you go. So if you haven't got one, guys, I advise you to get out there and get some.
Did you pre-order your Christmas ornament yet?
I want to show. Yeah, I did. Oh, you ordered them? It was on pre-order. You ordered it?
With the Battlestar? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to go. That I didn't do. So I beat you on this. You beat me on the other thing. So, guys, this is the only way we're going to show that our favorite show and franchise is still viable. We have
buy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what it comes down to.
All about the money. It's all about the ducats.
Oh, hey, Trey Nars says the Garrison Commander on Carillon wasn't gold.
Right, but he had a special emblem.
Yeah, that's true. All right, getting technical. Well, guys, so that's part of it. And
what's it called again? Lola said.
This is you have to look up.
Go to Funko.
Yeah, go to Funko online, and it's the Blockbuster Rewind.
Get ready to
Yeah. And spend the qubits. That's right. I found something else. Now, Chris and I, when we were at the convention in, it's a little fuzzy. I don't remember if it was in Knoxville or if it was in Denver. One of the two. We met the actual illustrator that actually did these, and we were kind of hoping that we were going to get him to reprint some of these.
There you go. Ready?
Yeah, go.
This
is so cool.
Here's the site.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool. Check this out. Look at that.
Okay, hang on, Pete. You want the site or do you want those? You got to give me...
No, you get the site as big. I'm showing off these things. This is cool.
And small. Everybody wants to see that as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you got to wait. Either let me do one or the other. What do you want to do? Here, fine. Here. Bang. There you go. There's your big. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is The Fate of Humanity Lies in Your Hands. And this is a PlayStation 2. This is the artwork for it. This is from the magazine ad. So somebody cut these out and sold these on eBay for cheap. And I found them and I got them real quick. I just thought it was really cool.
It's funny, they're advertising the DVD thing at the bottom left of the set, the one in your left hand.
Yeah. So this was so we met the artist that put this together, the ad, and he was gonna look into printing up a limited run of the poster, all as one, both of these together. But we got no luck. We we spoke to him in person, and I guess this is the closest we're going to get to it.
Yeah.
There was also another artist who is coming on. He's going to be on IFB that had a poster that he put together and was selling at Dragon Con. He's going to come on, and we're going to hopefully talk about his work and stuff like that. So he's helping to keep fueling the fleet, because he's keeping keeping it alive. But Chris, are you ready now with the? There you go. Go ahead.
You can take 10% off your first Funko order. So this is it. They were asking, somebody was asking, Lolo was asking where it's at or whatever it is. Funko.com/rewind Cylon Commander, and you can find it on the Funko stuff too. But this is this is the silver one, which is not the Commander.
They have a picture of the gold one,
and they have the picture of the gold one.
Whoa!
Actually, the gold one looks really shiny.
He looks cool. So that's randomly inserted.
He's got a gold eye. Golden eye. I got it confused. And the
bayonet.
Bayonet's wrong.
It's gold. It's obviously someone that didn't know what they were doing, but anyway.
It's Funko. They have the top is shorter.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. That must be.
That's a yellow eye. That's not
what the actual. No. The one I have is a red eye.
Right. That's the yellow eye on this one. Maybe the color's off.
Oh, maybe that's a prototype.
Maybe.
Go to the figure. See if the figure. Yeah.
Figure's
See,
red.
that's correct. So, who knows? Maybe that's just a prototype or something. But yeah. So, hey, some cool stuff that's going on, guys. Just making sure that unfortunately, this is what it boils down to. If we can show that there is an interest, they will hopefully continue to license stuff for us. And we're moving forward.
$12 is not that bad either. Plus 10% off, so you get $1.20 off of it.
It's not bad at all.
What is the chance of chase though? What's the chance?
I don't know. I didn't find any of the stats for it.
It says learn more. Hang on. What is chance of chase? It doesn't say what the percentage is.
Professor Pettit says the outsized head compared to the short body size makes me think of Cylon version of Marvin the Martian. Yeah, that's right.
Are you gonna open the other two? I want to see if we got a chase.
No, one of them's a gift, and I didn't open the other one. I just opened one, hoping beyond hope that it was going to be the gold one.
Mm-hmm.
But I might just end up ordering another one. But anyway, so Chris, we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on the trailer from the Stranded Warrior.
Yes.
And so we are very, very proud of that. And I wanted to quickly just mention a few of our guests that are coming on to our marathon. Of course, I've already said Eric Larson will be on, and Mr. George Zulos, who stars in The Stranded Warrior. Diana Durango, co-star. Mediocre Modeler, Kelvin will be on. Sean Shallow from the Battlestar Bulletin Board is going to be on. Professor Eric Padden and superfan Fran Severn will be on. Of course, our very own Tara and John Won will be coming on. Dorian, sci-fi award-winning author and talented music man.
Yeah, so we'll get to talk to him about the music in the trailer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So right now, that's our partial list. And we're going to be locking down time slots for all of you now that Mr. Larson is going to be coming on early. So he's coming on right at the front of the beginning of the show.
On, right? Did you say Diana?
Yeah. Yes, Diana.
Yeah, Lola said it was great meeting Diana.
Yeah, it was. Diana Durango, co-stars in The Stranded Warrior, actually drove up with her mom to Dragon Con, did the panel with us.
After Hurricane. And Lola did the same thing.
Yeah, Lola and Charlene all
Charlene,
both
yep.
came up too, and a bunch of others. Dr. Eric Patton came up
Yep.
and was
He
was
was
on
he
a
was great to
panel with
talk to
us.
for a while.
Oh yeah, Fran of course drove to us
Yep.
too, and man, we had a good time. There's a lot of great pictures up, Chris. I don't
Hmm.
know if everybody's seen all the pictures, the pro shots that were taken of
Yeah,
everybody
the
on the
pro shots
steps.
are amazing.
Yeah, so that's really cool, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really really cool. So hopefully we will have just as much fun when we send up the the film, The Stranded Warrior, to conventions, and we start doing our screenings, and which is going to take a few months, but that's happening. So yeah, just great stuff, and we look forward to hey, Serge, thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Make sure we have a guest coming up, but don't forget to tune in on September 17th. And it's between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. It's a 4-hour marathon Eastern time. We'll be screening the trailer, and we also, I just mentioned that Mr. Eric Larson, Glenn Eric Larson, is going to be on the show to bring in the new year for IFB, and of course, it's sort of like a double anniversary. It's also the premiere, the broadcast premiere of the original Battlestar Galactica back in 1978, and it's our anniversary as well. So today happens to be the last episode for season 3 of IFB, and we're moving forward. So that's great. And tonight's guest should be with us very very soon, and that's Mr. Michael Moore, who is a prop maker, and yeah, epic pilot movie. That's right, Paul. We had a great time. Paul came to Dragon Con, got to see him in person again. There's a couple of other conventions that are coming up. The next big one, of course, is New York Comic Con. So Tipsy Toaster and I will be there, and we'll do our usual thing. John One will be there as well, and we'll catch up with a lot of previous guests and cosplayers, and we'll be interviewing like we usually do. So that'll
Now
be a
that we
lot of
have
fun.
10,000, we ought to try to get press passes this year.
Yeah, we should. I don't know if they raised the limit.
Limit?
I don't know.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
likely.
I don't know if it's 10. I think for them it's more, or was that San Diego? Somebody, one of
Somebody.
them. It was either San Diego or New York or both. Or like they want like I don't know. Somebody wants like
2
upwards of 25.
million people.
Yeah, they want like over 25,000. So we're over 10,000, and we want to thank everybody, right, Chris?
Yes,
That's an
you're awesome.
accomplishment. Yeah, yeah. And man, we're looking forward to getting the Stranded Warrior done. I sent out, Chris. I sent everybody an email, and I got responses from, I think it's now 90%
Cool.
for the
For the
credits.
back credits.
Yes. And now the next stage is I'll be sending out another round of emails, guys, confirming your addresses. So many of you are getting second stage perks, right? So
Yep.
there are those of you
We
that
still
will
have
be
to get.
getting.
Yeah, we have to sign up for the jackets too for those who did it.
Yep, there's 7 of you that are getting jackets or hoodies. So I need addresses. So I'll be sending all that out soon. And yeah, we're moving along. Everybody likes the trailer, so we're happy that we're able to, provide all these little perks. I'm glad those of you are able to get the cards, Chris. We made trading cards that everybody enjoyed.
Right.
We also donated to the
The auction.
auction
Yep.
for the babies. Is cure the cancer
Cancer in
infants.
child. I forget. It
Yeah.
was children's
So
cancer, so it was for the babies.
yeah, it was for the babies, and in the end, they raised over, with the matching funds, it was almost $20,000 at the one auction that we
One
were
auction
at.
that we were at. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good. That was actually great. So we were very, very grateful that they had us on. They put out a shout out to us. They named us. They named
Mhm.
IFB and TSW, Stranded Warrior, online on social media. So thank you very much, Dragon Con, for hosting us. We are working with representatives from
Yeah.
Shore Leave,
And
and hopefully,
Lola got some stuff at the auction too.
yes, she did. She did. Pediatric? No, they called it something else,
He called it
Rob.
something else. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
you get
Hang
the
on.
yeah. So the idea is that we're looking to streamline the conventions that we go to. I know that the non-sports card convention has reached out to us. They would like it for us to visit again. There's another
Cure
one.
childhood
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah, there
CURE.
is Cure Childhood. Yeah, that was it. So that was nice that we were able to raise the money for it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the pictures. We put up the pictures. We put up
Got a live
the
broadcaster
parade.
too. Yep.
Yeah, and we
We'll be
also
getting some
have
more broadcasts out shortly.
we have an interview
Mm-hmm.
with Claudia
Claudia,
Christian. Yes,
which was
uh,
fun.
was really fun, and that was courtesy of a connection that we made with Chris McCauley, and he will be back on the show, and
Yeah,
he's
he
going to make
just reached
some.
out to you the other day.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. He's going to bring a couple of beers, drink with us, and I'm very excited to hear the things that he's going to tell us, because he's got a lot going on. So some
Yes.
things he's going to be able to tell us about publicly, and other things that are going to be, I guess, future projects that he is directly involved with. Some major franchises. Never mind his own. The whole Dracula thing.
Yep.
They're going to be making an announcement on who Bram Stoker believes, or based on what I guess his memoirs, Bram Stoker believed that he knew the person who was really Dracula, so that it's based on a real person. This is what Chris McCauley has been working on, and they'll be releasing the original, uh, the draft or the original manuscript of the Dracula story, the book, right? So the novel
That's
that you and
cool.
I, yeah, the novel that you and I have read is not the original, right? It was I guess double the size,
Mm-hmm.
so the publisher didn't want to release it. They have the original, and that's going to be, yeah,
Sorry, I just read
yeah. Rob
Robert's.
says, yeah, his lawyer. So yeah, so they're
They're
gonna,
all. It has to be the lawyer because they're all bloodsuckers.
yeah, exactly. So, well, to an extent, right? To an extent.
And
So
we just lost our entire
here's
lawyer
Claudia.
audience. I'm sorry. That wasn't. Didn't mean it that way.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. Steve McCormick says, Steven, Shore Leave is looking for a new location. Yes, the hotel is closing.
Oh
So
wow.
Shore Leave, and I believe it's Farpoint, is also has been closed out, and they're also looking for a new location. So that's right. Stephen actually won our a couple of our trivia contests, and now he is going to be retiring the title. And at our next trivia, Steven is going to be helping us out. He's going to actually work the questions, and we will invite him to come on with us. So, Steven, if you want to come on for our next trivia, not with Larson, but the one after that, we'd like you to come on, help us with the trivia. And as the champ, I believe it's at least two-time champ, you come on, and we'll have some fun with other Battlestar Galactica trivia. So we had a lot of fun with that. The trivia was, oh my God, we had a whole bunch of new fans and old fans, and it was a lot of fun doing that. So that was a Dragon Con that we did it. It was live, really cool. So thanks, guys. Thanks for supporting and and watching. So we're moving forward, and John One has a bunch of guests lined up for us, a bunch of guests, and we're going to have some returning guests as well, that are making new material, new books, new everything going on, and we'll keep you in the loop. Those of you that have been watching any kind of shows that are on. I know that Chris Tipsy Toaster is a big Silo fan. He listened to all the books, and I watched the Apple series, which was
great.
And then I'm almost finished with book 2. I just jumped into book 2 of Silo, and it is incredible, guys. Really, really good. I'm going to go to the 3rd book. The author is going to be a guest of ours here.
I can't
on
wait.
IFB.
Severely
so
fanboying.
Geek out. Yeah, we're going to geek out with that because he's coming, and his work is great, guys. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the show or if you've read the book. Highly recommend. So we've had a slew of authors. A lot of them are coming out with follow-up books, including our very own Dorian Keyes. So, we are going to follow up with that. A lot of great sci-fi on TV between Ahsoka and Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks for Star Trek. So there's a lot of Star Trek, there's a lot of Star Wars, but there's a lot of other sci-fi that's coming out too. Movies, of course, is starting to slow down, and we definitely support the strike, the SAG-AFTRA writers' strike. We are supporters, and we hope that there can be a quick resolution to everything that's going on, because without the writers and without SAG-AFTRA, then our entertainment comes to a full stop, and they deserve compensation. And so some of the things that they're fighting for are, everything they're fighting for is spot on, guys. So we definitely support that. So just saying that up front. However, we love our fandoms, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you more news of new stuff that's coming out. I know there's a lot of graphic novels coming out, a lot of great stories that are out there, and we'll keep you in the loop. And as a matter of fact, is our guest up yet, Chris?
Yep. I'm working on his straightening him out.
Oh, very cool.
Good.
All right.
You ready?
Good. Yeah. All right. So, without further ado, Mr. Michael Moore, prop maker. Mike, is your audio up?
Hang on, working on it.
Working on it. Okay.
Now we're good.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Every time somebody says that, I always say, "Can you hear me now?" Good. A lot of people don't get the reference.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yes. So, Mr. Moore, you're the president of HMS Creative Productions Inc.
Correct.
And you have over 35 years of experience in the prop making business.
It's more than that now.
Oh, okay, good. That means it's even more successful. However, I just want to share with our listeners that you and your company, in one form or another, you guys have been involved with blockbuster movies and TV shows that we love, such as the Star Trek franchise, the Hobbit trilogy, going back a little bit, Beetlejuice, Gremlins 2, Reanimator, by the way, that I saw in the movie theater when it came out.
You're dating yourself now.
No, I don't care. That's the name of it. That's the whole point. Starship Troopers, guys. B5, Babylon 5, Sequest. And then I just happened to look over, and amongst all the other work, I saw Batman Forever with Val Kilmer, another great Batman. I love Batman, and Val Kilmer is cool anyway. But that's just a few, Mike. Thanks for coming on the show. So tell us what I've left out, man. Tell us what it's like to do this stuff.
It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's not for everybody, but as far as myself, I started off actually doing makeup,
really,
in the film industry, and then moved over to doing props. Here at my company we do props, models, miniatures, costumes, you name it, whatever it comes through the door, we'll more than likely do it for you. But I've also worked in aerospace before I started really working in the film industry, and of course all the retail like everybody's ever done. So it really just depends. We do a lot of prototyping, like in the pictures you can see here. There's Uncle Milton toys. We also did a bunch of stuff from Mattel, EFX, Art Asylum when they were still Art Asylum, and restoration of original props, as well as of just anything that comes through the door. Really, that's what it really comes down to.
Wow, you've worked on some of the biggest franchises, though. I mean, this stuff is just incredible, and a lot of the cult movies that all of us love. Man,
Yeah.
oh man.
Well, and some of the stuff, like right there in that particular page, some of that is restoration work and or
Wow.
preservation work. That's the original Blade Runner pistol there that I did a little bit of a preservation on. That's original Creature of Black Lagoon 2. That particular one there, and that was a preservation rather than a restoration. So that's an original foam latex head from, what is it, 19 whatever, I don't remember now, 1950 something. The original Lost in Space space pod, we did a full restoration on that. That's the spacesuit from Lost in Space as well.
Wow.
And that's one of the original 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea helmets.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And that's actually all brass.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That must be heavy.
They were functional helmets that they used in the film.
Wow.
And of course, replacing Arnold's face on the Terminator there.
Jeez. So how long does it take to do one of these restorations? Like, how you must do research and then, coloring and all.
It depends on what it is and how long they want to, what the project is, and then what kind of work that they want it to encompass. I did a restoration on one of the two Gorn heads from the original the original series, and I had that one since they didn't mind how much time it took versus money.
Okay.
So I would be doing stuff, set it aside, work on my normal stuff, work on that. So it depended really on the project. But for like the Gorn head, just going through and stabilizing the surface and everything, it was about 2.5 months.
Whoa.
And then
Wow.
also, and then building a understructure for it to hold it in place so it wouldn't collapse on itself anymore.
Oh, so this was set up for like a museum, I guess.
Well, actually, no. Ben Stiller owns it.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool.
On display in this house.
That's
Wow. That's something. I can't imagine how much that must have gone for, but hey, it is what it is, right? At least it's being restored, and who knows, eventually it might get back into the public's domain or donated to some not for
Yeah, you
profit.
never know. It's the biggest problem is anything that's foam and latex. It doesn't last forever, no matter what you do,
Right.
and so it just becomes an issue in the long run. Once again, you can restore things as many times as you want, but eventually you're not going to have anything of the original left after you've restored it 15 times.
true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That happened
Yeah.
with the Galileo 7 from the original Star Trek. They restored it, but the way they restored it, they redid it, they rebuilt it, so there was very little left of the original. So, yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so Mike, how does somebody that wants to get into the business, in today's world, how do they do that?
That it's actually not necessarily that hard to get into the industry. it's harder to keep jobs, in that there are so many people who are in the industry, being creative. How I always suggest people go through any of this is to, one, get at least your high school diploma. And if possible, maybe go to a trade school. You can go to a college as well. It's just that I think certain trade schools, like for my side of it, a wood shop, metal shop, welding, sewing, things like that, understanding certain things about engineering that would just help you in being able to do a whole lot of different things. Because the film industry is kind of compartmentalized into, you're the cameraman, you're the grip, you're the dolly puller, you're the director, the producer, the craft service, the prop master, prop assistant, actor, script. There's so many different things, and in many cases, some of that stuff does not cross over because it's all separate unions. So you can't, as a prop maker, you can't go over and adjust a light for the set.
Right.
That's their job. You stay in your lane. They stay in their lane. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to do something like what I do in prop making, well, you kind of need to understand how to make molds, how to make castings, how to create things, not just in a 3D environment. You need to physically know how you're going to build something, whether it's sculpted out of clay or you've done it in wren shape or out of a piece of wood or what have you. You kind of need to be a jack of many traits, so that when something comes to you, you kind of go, okay, it'd be better if I go in this direction with doing it because it'll take me less time. Wow. Whereas, I still today, okay, and I'm not trying to blow any air up anybody's skirt or anything here, but in many cases I can build the prop by hand before you can 3D design it, because we both get a preliminary thought design, okay? I can probably produce a prototype of it before you can draw it in 3D and print it, because of the thought process that I've been doing all these years. Unlike in some shows now, you might have like Discovery, for instance, where there's 10 episodes, right? Well, those 10 episodes are shot over about the same amount of time that we used to shoot 24.
Wow.
On next gen, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise. Okay.
Right.
So we would have from the day we get the drawing, we would have 6 days or less to produce that item.
So yeah, you don't have time to 3D design it at that point.
Well, and the thing is when back in Next Generation and DS9, there wasn't any real 3D design and printing. Just like in many cases there wasn't, laser cutters weren't readily available everywhere. Laser cutters were very, still so expensive. Now you can go online and order one from Amazon for $300. It's not going to do the same thing as a $30,000 machine.
Right.
but you can do a lot of stuff with it, you know, just like, and a 3D printer, you know, something that cost you, you know, like $25 in resin or in filament today. At that point, there were 3D printers back then, SLA printers and so on,
Mm-hmm.
but a small part, like a ring, would have been $400 or $500 just to have it printed.
Whoa.
Wow.
And you'd still have to sit there and clean it up because the resolution lines at that point weren't all that great. So you know, having a working knowledge before you start doing the 3D stuff will help you a whole lot, because then you understand that if you have an 1/8-inch hole that you've drilled in this, you're not going to be able to put an 1/8-inch rod into that hole because it's the same size as the hole you just drilled. So you need to know that you need clearances. Whereas in 3D, you can fit a square dowel into a round hole and it'll go through because, well, there's nothing really there. But understanding, you know, when you're engineering something, you need the clearances.
That is fascinating, Mike. We love getting down and dirty like you are with all of this background stuff, and some of the IFBers that are with us online have some really good questions. The one thing that I definitely was hoping to hear from you, though, personally, was what's the impact of the strike? You must be now like hurting.
Well, for me personally, about halfway through Voyager, I started diversifying into doing prototyping for toy companies.
Okay.
and different companies. So it still affected me quite a bit. You know, I've probably lost 85% of my current work.
Holy cow.
Wow.
And hopefully that's not going to continue. But who knows, you know, until everybody sits down and stops acting like children and actually sit down and start talking, you know, like adults between the two of them to get it worked out so we can all get back to work.
Yes. 100%.
But as far as, you know, like I said, I do prototyping. I work with EFX.
Oh, we're familiar with them. They did helmets.
I work with Disney for Disneyland, Disney World, doing you know, walk around costume pieces and stuff like that. I do, like I said, anything that comes through the door, I'll think about it. You know, we've done stuff for NASA. We've done stuff for all the different toy companies out there. You know, we used to do stuff with Trin Masters and so on and so forth. I do, you know, I also, like I said, diversifying. I also do 3D scanning now. I'm sure you've probably seen some of those images I've been putting up on Facebook saying, hey, I just finished scanning this, you know, because I'm trying to create my archive of not only physicals, but having a digital version of that, so that if I need to, if I say Factory Entertainment comes to me and says, hey, we for a licensed product, we want to do this. Do you have any physical or digital assets that we can work, you know, you can consult with us on? And I can go, yes, of course, I've got the original master, but I've also got a digital file now for that.
Wow.
You know,
That
I also I probably have more photos as far as my photo archive than Paramount and CBS combined as far as Star Trek is concerned.
That includes the original too?
Not the original series. I do have quite a few original series images, but I wasn't there. I was born in '62. I watched the show. Other than that, I didn't have any involvement. But I also had access to, like, Greg Jean, has the Hero Phaser 2 and the communicators and the other, tricorders and stuff. And I had access to that from him to photograph it. And I've known Greg, probably since I want to say like 82 or 83.
Wow.
So quite a long time.
Absolutely. Wow.
And actually, no, I met Greg, in 80.
It's going back.
Because I was working at a bookstore that was a science fiction bookstore. And he knew the people there, so he'd come visit.
What store was that?
It's a company in, well, I don't think they're even in business anymore, but it's called like Another World or something like that. And it was in Eagle Rock.
Back in the day.
Yeah, way back, when I was in high school. 50 million years ago.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, I mean, so everything. That's the one thing people don't understand is everything you in your life, you'll use somewhere else in your life.
Right.
And if you have good friends, it'll all work out.
Oh, absolutely. We have a bunch of really, really good questions that are floating out here from our listeners, and I wanted to drop a couple of them on you if you don't mind. So
I have plenty of time.
Thank you. John Repper, good friend and supporter of ours, he's curious to know about Starship Troopers.
Okay.
He wants to know, did you work on the rifles that were used in Starship Troopers?
The Merida rifles. No, that was actually done by the was a separate company, which I think was Stimbridge. Those, because a lot of those were actual functional weapons for blank firing. No, my company, which was Proper Effects at the time, we did all the armor suits.
Ah, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, it was like something like 500 sets of suits.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I may be wrong on it up or down, but I'm not positive.
Wow, anything in the hundreds is something. All right, so jumping around a little bit, John Van Gosten, John 1, he wants to know, did you enjoy working on Space Above and Beyond?
Actually, yeah, I did. I actually enjoyed it a lot. That was with Ian Scheibel, was the prop master on that. And all the armor from that show was originally made in Australia for the pilot episode, and then everything was shipped to the United States to be done as a series. So we ended up recreating all the armor, helmets, and the rifles, everything else, but also all the additional tech and stuff. We also helped build a lot of that.
So there's
That's a cool one right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Get smart.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome. No, it's a great. So what about is that a scooter Muppet behind you?
And you mean back here?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay, there you go. Mediocre modeler. One of our very, very good friends. Oh, hey, Chris, put that up.
You
Look.
know,
Oh, boy. Mediocre modeler. There you go. You got your wish. Oh, fantastic. Mediocre modeler, it has his own show, Mike. He's on social media, and he is, from the name, of course, a modeler, and he does a lot of his own, prop work as well, and he's helped us out with a lot of our projects.
yeah.
So he's on, and he put that up. There's another. Oh, his follow up is, what is your favorite prop that you've worked on, if you have one?
Depends on the show.
Oh, okay.
The
Is
show,
there, say,
you
like,
know.
if you had to pick three, for argument's sake, top three shows and the prop that you worked on that come to mind, what would it be?
Well, okay, so Star Trek in general, that's a lot of years. So that's
Yes.
7 years of Next Gen, 7 years of DS9, 7 years of Voyager, 5 years of Enterprise, plus all the movies in between that. Um, Star Trek, obviously, I enjoyed. We, myself, and my deceased business partner Steve Horch, were the ones who designed the Mark 910 tricorder,
Okay.
and that was a lot of fun to build. You know, uh, the the boomerang phaser, I designed and built that.
Ooh.
Wait, boomerang. Hold on, boomerang. No, sorry, boomerang phaser was myself and Bear Burge who did that.
Okay.
And then when we went to the Endgame / Nemesis phaser, which is a dolphin phaser, uh, that phaser I designed myself.
Wow. Very cool.
So now, as far as see, I'm a my hobby is puppeteering and puppet building.
Oh,
So the Muppets and anything that puppet related is always my Jimmy Jam when I get a chance to deal with it.
oh, no
So
kidding.
working on dinosaurs was a lot of fun. We got to build uh, the frozen foods. We got to build Grandma's chair, um, crock pots, cigarettes for dinosaurs, which is what really killed them, um, and furniture, all kinds of different stuff. That, to me, that was always lots of fun on in that particular show. Um, and I actually really loved working on The Hobbit
Okay.
because my dear friend Richard Taylor, who's the head of Weta, he invited me down to work on the show, and of course I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to go to New Zealand and work
Of
with my
course.
friend. So I was there working on that. Loved it. Um, I mean, one reason why I loved is all the new people and all the new projects. But the other side of the fence was I wasn't the boss, so I just had to do what I was told,
Cool.
which made it easier for me to go. Oh, sure, no problem. I can go and do that for you. You know,
Sometimes it
'cause
works
that's
to be a little lower on the totem pole.
exactly. And I had a blast. New Zealand's a great place if you're ever going to take a vacation. Go to New Zealand. It's amazing.
Excellent. Uh, we have another quick question from Paul Rotter, who is commonly known as Commander Kane for his portrayal of the classic Battlestar Galactica commander, and he's a founder of a couple of social media platforms and sites for Battlestar Galactica. He wants to know what's the most expensive prop you've made.
That's a good question. Probably some of the stuff that we did for the film Toys
Oh,
with Robin Williams. There was a
wow.
lot of stuff on that was pretty expensive, and we also working on Waterworld. We did a ton of stuff for that. Hundreds of pieces for Waterworld. Anywhere from
Wow.
doing custom sunglasses to doing like those two pieces on the left in that picture there. One of the one on the left is called the skull bomb, and basically it was the bones of other people with a bladder of some kind with gasoline in it that they would hurl at other boats and so on. My wife actually built all of those.
Wow.
And then the sawtooth fish thing in the center there. Those were molded off of a real sawtooth fish snout thing. But we did hundreds of pieces of all
Wow.
different. So and that actually was an actual blank firing rifle right there.
Wow. I noticed that you also did some work on Dances with Wolves. What was that?
Oh, that was Dances with Wolves. We did all of the all of the weapons as far as the cavalry. We did all of the Native American weapons. We made, once again, hundreds of things. We made rubber tipped arrows. You basically, you name anything that's in the show that is Native American or anything else, we probably built it, except for the costumes and the horses,
So,
of course. We built
so Mike, how do you? One of the other questions that was up was How do you go from, the point? Who's your point of contact? So once they say, Mike, we got a movie. We're going to share the title. It's Dances with Wolves. It takes place in some point in the 1800s, and we need period Indian tomahawks and their weapons and stuff for the U.S. cavalry of the period. Can you know? Is it Can you make it, or how does this move forward?
Well, hero. Okay. Well, on a film, generally speaking, uh, the prop masters decides who's going to be used
Oh,
for
okay.
the job, for each and every job, unless
Okay.
of course you get a something handed down from on high saying you're using this person for this specific thing. Um, but basically, the prop master will in some cases be the point of contact, um, and then it goes into doing drawings if they need drawings, or him actually bringing in examples of the type of stuff that they want. One of the advantages that I have is, you know, that I've always been interested in more primitive, quote, primitive lifestyles and so on. And my wife is also a Native American.
Oh, okay.
So, so we were always, we went to powwows and everything else. Um, so it's just, it's once again, knowledge is power in any situation. Um, you know, being confident and knowing that you can do something. But in this particular case for Dancing with Wolves, you know, I already knew what the War Club was. I already knew what the you know, how would you be making a knife, or what have you, you know,
So
because it
you
was
must
already
do
something.
you must do some a fair amount of research in certain cases, right? So you probably
Well,
look some of the stuff up and
well, I've been I one of my problems is that usually if I've seen something, I will remember it the rest of my life,
Oh wow.
oh, okay.
and it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad,
No.
you know. So like there, you know, there used to be that show, the Reading Rainbow, and a few others on national broadcast, you know,
Hmm. PBS.
children's
Yeah.
and so on. Well, there were shows always on PBS where they would go to a like a company that makes glass blown ornaments, and I saw that when I was probably 12. Working on toys, the prop master said, "Hey, so we need to kind of like make these. We want these hand blown glass looking ornaments for the show." And my business partner at the time goes, "Well, I don't know how to do all that." I go, "Oh, I know how they make those." You know, so I went through the process with them. They, you know, we weren't going to do that type of project, so we ended up, you know, sourcing that out to an actual company that does glass blowing and stuff like that. So having, you know, when people go, "Hey, well, that's completely useless information you're talking about there." Well, when you're talking about working in the film industry, whether it's costumes, props, sets, no, it's not,
Wow.
because you never know, that information isn't going to be helpful, let alone to help inspire you. If you're the one drawing things out, inspire you to actually make the to design something more into that era of for the film. So once again, there is no such thing as useless information.
Wow. You have compliments from our good friend from down under, Baz. Baz Builds. Baz, thanks for tuning in. It says he loves that dolphin phaser. Nice work. Baz is building a 1-to-1 scale. I think it's a Mark II Colonial Viper from the reimagined Battlestar Galactica in his garage, and he's got.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen some of that.
Yes. So Bez is one of our regulars, tunes in from Australia. And so thank you, Bez. Appreciate you dropping in.
I, I'm happy that he has the space to be able to do something like that.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
We're going to start that later.
Yeah.
Oh, it's incredible. So
Take it on tour.
which project was one of the hardest that you took on?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, every project has its own problems. I'm trying to think what job. To be honest, I can't think of any job that was a huge problem overall, or that I regretted taking the job. I can't really say that I've had too many jobs that I've regretted taking,
Right.
because once again, I also use everything that I do as a learning experience. You know, sometimes you just end up learning or creating a whole nother talent for yourself that you didn't know you can do.
Interesting.
So everything is an opportunity to increase your knowledge and your abilities.
Interesting. Mike, what What was it like working on Beetlejuice? John wants to know. It must have been fun. And would you be interested in working on a sequel?
Um, well, okay, so when I was working on Beetlejuice, I was working for Bob Short Productions, and yes, I enjoyed working on Beetlejuice. Um, what's interesting though is while I was working on Beetlejuice at Bob Short's, I was also still working on Masters of the Universe,
Oh,
the tail end of it, and also working on the promo video for Captain Power.
wow.
So we jumped around a lot. Like it's what depending on the shop and the shows you're working on, you kind of move around to this position. Well, like say I was gluing something together over here, I'm going to move over here onto this project to keep that moving forward, and so on and so on.
So there's plenty of juggling going on.
Yeah, well, it depends on the shop. Some shops, you're hired to come in and do one thing, and that's all you get to do.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
You can as I say, you could get pigeonholed into a specific job or position, or since you were hired just to work on that one show, even though they might have 10 shows in the shop, you're only getting paid to work on that one show. So in many cases, it's going to turn into unless your boss goes, yeah, go work on that, you're just going to sit there and work on the same, whatever you have to do.
You become a painter, you get stuck in being a painter.
Yes.
Oh.
And in some cases you're paid to sit there and watch the paint dry. Because go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. No,
it just basically it comes down for a lot of that stuff is what is it that as a painter, it's like, oh sure, you want me to paint these one at a time, but it'll be much easier for me if you give me all 10 of them at the same time, because then you can do all the same color at the same time, and your paint consistency, especially if you were using a custom-esque kind of paint job,
mm-hmm.
You could have an issue with recreating that like 6 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Like some of the Zendi weapons and stuff have some definite specific colors on them, as well as the Silabon had like veins and stuff that went through the pistol and stuff, and then you did layers of color over top of it to give you more of an organic weapon look.
So, Mike, what was there ever a time that you found the props to be problematic, that they were like, they wanted too much from them, or were you able to, do you have a lot of artistic license when it comes to doing some of these things, right? So is there a time that you remember where, oh my God, this is a problem and I'm going to try to fix it this way, or where's that? Do you have a freedom when it comes to some of these things?
It really depends on the show. Depends on the show, the master, the illustrator, the art director. Everything is dependent on all the individuals that you have to work with. And in many cases on Star Trek, it was very much here's the sketch. You need to put it into 3 dimensions, and you know what you're doing. So go. If you have any problems about wanting to know what the colors they're going to be, or stuff, talk to the prop master or talk to the illustrator to tell you what colors they're going to be, or even the art director. So on Star Trek we had a bit of freedom because I had been doing it so long. Whereas on, say, well, no, Dance with Wolves. We knew where we were in history, so things are pretty much bound. That's kind of the thing, is when you're in a show that's about history versus, like, say, Babylon 5. In some cases, the art director / prop master want something a very specific way, and they tell you about it, and then you build it. If there's any problems with it, they will then come back to you and go, hey, I didn't like the way this looked. And if you still have time in your schedule,
Here's a key word.
your schedule, because it had to be on set today, unless they're going to push that part of the script out another day, there's nothing you can do about it but use it.
Right.
Wow. So
it depends on the project, the person that you're dealing with.
I got another question from John Repper. It's related to Masters of the Universe. He says, movie had some great props, and he wants to know, did you work on the prop that made music and opened the portal to the other dimensions?
I just had the name of it in my head, and it just walked out. No, I did. That was made at Boss Films, which was about 6 doors down from Bob Short's. So they made Cosmic Key is what it was called.
Ooh.
So Boss Films made the Cosmic Keys and some of the other miscellaneous other props. The weapons themselves, like the swords that all the guards and everybody had, those were made at Boss Films as well, out of aluminum and cast rubber materials. At Bob Short's, we did all of the Skeletor guards, the guys with the big long bug helmets, and we also did 72 suits of the troopers.
Wow.
And that was all done in 6 weeks. That's sculpting it, molding it, vacuum forming them, building them, painting them, and putting them on actors.
Wow.
So, I was enjoying myself. Once again, if you're not finding joy in what you're doing, then you're not doing it right.
Wow. Quick question then.
Yes.
Did you ever cross paths with John Dykstra?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
At Universal, my father was a driver captain on Quincy, and I would visit him on set at many different times. If I was out of school and everybody was still working, I'd call my father up and say, "Hey, can you send a driver out to pick me up at the house or at school?" And I would go to Universal and I would visit the Quincy set, which is what my dad was working on, and he would set up a call for me to go over to the Galactica sets and hang around and talk to people, as well as going over to the Buck Rogers sets and stuff.
Now you're talking our language.
Wow. Oh man.
So there were, as always, there's always a deal out there. You're supposed to be getting something, blah, blah, blah. I was supposed to be getting blasters and other stuff when the show went down, but I never got any of that. But my first time going onto the Buck Rogers set was the hangar bay on Buck Rogers, where they had the the starfighters sitting there.
Yeah.
Usually it was two of them. And there's Gil Gerard, and then who was standing there in her blue metallic
White suit.
spandex suit,
Aaron Gray.
Aaron Gray. And here I am. I'm in high school at this point, a teenage boy, and here's this lady in a form-fitting spandex jumpsuit.
Oh yeah.
Outstanding.
Oh
Nothing
my.
I was like, wow, wow. And she was nice, you know. I've talked to her since then. She's been here to the shop for some other things, for one of the other shows I worked on, which was Hollywood Treasures. So I mean, I've visited almost everything you can think of. I used to run around Universal Studios backlot. I used to run around in Warner Brothers backlot, having fun during junior high school through high school, and even after that in some cases. But you know,
That
Very
sounds so
it's just-
cool.
you know, I can't say I've lived a charmed life, but certain things, as long as you're following a good path, you're going to get to do and see the things that you've always wanted.
Mike, did any memories or any comments on your Battlestar Galactica encounters?
Well, I remember sitting in the Viper when it was sitting off to the side,
Oh boy.
you know, climbing into that. I remember going over to Apogee at one point, and I believe the Galactica was still there on a stand, and so was the Draconia, and one of the Starfighters and the Draconian fighter. I forgot
Cool.
what that's called. And you know, in general, you know, once again, going on these little excursions, I always had fun. Once again, I was still one of those people who'd stay out of the way unless I was asked to move, or hey, what are you doing?
Hey,
you know,
kid,
that
get
type
out of here.
I never got that because they all knew my father.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
you
that's
don't
cool.
okay, because here, okay, think about this. It's like when, if you're in the Army, who gets you somewhere? The motor pool.
Oh yeah.
Transportation, yeah.
So the Teamsters, the drivers were your motor pool. If you don't, you know, treat your drivers correctly, you know, if you're a jerk, not, you know, and trying to be Mr. Macho, your drivers can simply just go,
Yeah.
you know, that's not on my schedule. Or, oh, hey, I would like to go over and go to the store and pick up some stuff that we need for later today. It's like, oh, okay. And then you walk out of the store and you've got you're sitting there drinking an ice cold drink, and your driver's been sitting in his truck, and you didn't bring him a drink. Common courtesy would tell you that you needed to bring him a drink just like you got.
That's true.
It's, you know, anything. And it's not like,
It's
you
those
know,
people
you
behind
go
the scenes. Yeah.
You know, you got to take care of your people who are taking care of you.
Of course. Yeah, stands to reason.
Right.
Wow.
So you know, it's you know, a lot of this stuff, you know, I should not have said that, but that's okay. because it's the truth. You're as a production, you're going nowhere without the Teamsters.
Right.
You know, and they may be considered the low man on the totem pole at times. But the point is without them, you're not going to go get film, cameras, lights, costumes. You know, there's not going to be any
Food.
crafts.
Yep.
There's not going to be any of this stuff. You know,
That's
just like
either.
you know, just like in the Army, if you don't have your cooks, you don't have any chow.
Yep.
That's right.
It's going to be
That's the name
something
of the
cool
game.
out of a box. So,
Yeah, Baz says he's got two great comments. He says, I worked bloody hard for that space that we talked about. And he says, we say in Australia, look after your mates. And I think you're absolutely right. Chrissa Petridou, thank you for joining us live. And William Lyons, thank you for joining us live. Mike, we thank you so much for taking your time out and giving us that tour behind the scenes and telling us how it all works. And we look forward to maybe having you back. It's really cool. We don't usually have too many people of your caliber that come out and are willing to take time out and give us the insights and tell us about what you guys do, which is so cool. It's what we're into.
Yeah, it's the art directors and people like yourselves that, once again, we always talk about people who create the story, but it's also those people who create the environment. It's not just the actors. So,
yeah, that's it.
It's amazing what you do.
Thank you.
Mike, if you ever have any projects or anything, I don't know if you're writing a book, if you're going to be at a convention, if there's anything like that that you want to plug now, or if you want to come back, we would love to have you back.
Yeah, well, I'd be happy to come back. I have my own YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Which is called Propology 101, where I talk about how we built the props.
Oh.
And who built them. Because there's a lot of people who don't get credit for the work they do.
I agree.
So that's part of what I'm doing is setting the record straight with the channel. And as far as conventions, well, it just depends. The way things have been going is some conventions have reached out, and I'm more than happy to go to any convention in any country, any state. It's just all about whether or not, in some cases, like you said, most conventions want to have either a producer, a director, or the writer or the actors. They don't. They're like, some of them have basically told me after inviting me to a convention, telling me that I'd have to pay for my own airfare, my whole hotel, and if I did enough panels in a day, I'd get my ticket for free as well. And when I asked them, well, then how is that a guest? That's pay to play. And they said, oh, well, you're not famous enough for us to justify paying your thing. I'm like, but I'm not even charging an appearance fee.
Yeah.
I just want you to pay for my expenses to get there, to sleep there, and to eat. How is that?
God.
Yeah, and that's a lot of conventions. Any of the major conventions that you go to basically are in that category. Whereas the fan run conventions are more like, what can we give you to come?
Yep, Dragon Con.
It should be.
But now that's one of the ones that told me that I wasn't famous enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's sad.
Please.
Yeah, they're a fan-run convention.
That's a shame.
Yep.
Wow.
That's a total shame.
That's what I was told recently.
Well, Mr. Moore, you have open door here. Like I said, if you have anything that you want to come and talk about. We definitely want to have you back. We're gonna reach out to you at some point. But if anything comes up in the meantime, we definitely would like you to, think of us, and we will cross promote your YouTube channel, and we definitely want to use. There's more stories that we're gonna pick your brain, and a lot of the fans that we have are very interested in this kind of stuff, as they should be. We pride ourselves on having the behind the scenes people like yourself. So thank you very, very much, and best of luck. And please come back.
Oh, sure, no problem. Just give me a heads up.
Awesome.
Outstanding. Thank you very, very much, Mike. All the best, and
All right.
hope to see you soon again.
Yep. Here's to you, sir.
Here's to you.
All right, thank you. All right,
Fans
bye-bye.
feel the fleet. Take care.
Well, guys, what do you think of that, huh? Mr. Michael Moore, right? Prop maker. You heard a partial list of all the great TV and movies that this man and his company has worked on. It's
just looking through the
phenomenal.
Propology website here. It's like, YouTube channel. It's like, holy crap.
Oh my God, Mediocre Modeler. I'm sure you know all about him, and you've seen his stuff. But right, I mean, this is so cool, and he's such a down to earth guy. I know John One is going to pop on, and he's going to want to talk to us a little bit about what he thought of what it was like reaching out and getting him on and stuff. And so that's awesome. And let's not forget, guys, that on the 17th, we have Eric Larson for a 4-hour marathon, and we're going to show the trailer, right? The Stranded Warrior trailer. Our CG team, Chris Marshall, Chuck Davenport, Kent Thompson, and John Terabetsky have worked their butts off. And I got to tell you, Dorian Keyes, who is an award-winning sci-fi author, he nailed the audio. Man, he has a music talent, and he put together an original soundtrack for the trailer. He's also put together some soundtracks for scenes that we have in the Stranded Warriors. So he's doing all that. It's incredible. Everybody so far has enjoyed watching the trailer, and we are working. We're going to be working super hard. As a matter of fact, Tipsy Toaster is now taking over the bulk of a lot of the editing himself. Our audio engineer. We have an actual audio engineer.
He may be coming on the.
We're going to try to get him on the marathon. As soon as we get confirmation from him.
Carrick Ford. Yeah.
Yes.
And he runs his own. He has a business as well that he's.
Yes.
He's done.
Well, can you say? I don't know if we could say.
I don't know. I mean, he mentioned it. So.
Yeah.
He's done audio mixing for very famous singers.
So once we confirm that we can actually mention the names of those singers that you will all know, pop singers that are, everybody knows who they are. He stepped up, volunteered, and has done 80% of all of our audio on the Stranded Warrior. He's worked on it and fine-tuned it, so we're almost
getting all rid of any hiss or creaks or pops or
bringing it up.
He's bringing it up, and some were recorded low, some were recorded high. So equalizing them out, and
yes,
it was a lot of audio too. So it's it's 2 days worth of audio. So
so we're very lucky to have him. Yeah, very, very cool. Baz just let us know that Painting of the Vipers starts soon. Thank you, Pete and Chris, for getting all those guests on. It's eye-opening, very interesting, and real privilege to get behind the scenes with them. I appreciate all your hard work to coordinate all. Thank you. And a special thank you to John One. John, just use your normal sign-on, the one that you use when you normally come on. Just use that one. Don't look for any fancy. Just go back the one that you use every weekly when you come on. Use that. Come on. We'll do a little after-action review. I'm very excited for the trivia, guys. So those of you that have done the trivia before, right? You're going to use your phones. We'll have a QR code for you, And Baz, hope to see you on Sunday if at all possible. We love when you jump on. Thank you very much for taking the time out from down under, man, and working on your Viper, which is so cool. And we got to have you come back too. So that'll give us an update because it's been a while. And the 17th, Chris, I mean, Eric Larson trivia and everybody else, plus, screening the trailer. You guys, the CG team you guys, the work that you do is just phenomenal. Thank you very, very much. As you know, I believe that what we've accomplished so far and what we're going to end up with, I think, is going to be worthy of everybody's efforts that they put in. I finished up a stint as a screener for the Brooklyn Science Fiction Film Festival. They'll be announcing winners in October next month. Some of the films that I screened have made it to judging, and actually, that'll be coming up. So it was a very, very good experience. I got to see a lot of work, and I think that we're going to have a competitive, fan film. This is a passion project, and it's a showcase for all of us, especially since we love and have a passion for not only science fiction, but the fact that we just happen to be Battlestar Galactica fans. So that's very, very cool. And of course, we really love having you guys on the show. Everybody that's coming on, everybody that's watching, everybody that supports us. Thank you very, very much. Looking forward to seeing all of you. As a matter of fact, there is a convention coming up. What time does the marathon start on the 17th? John, the
6 p.m.
John Repper, yes,
Eastern.
at 6 p.m. Eastern time, from 6 to 10. And Mr. Eric Larson will be on the early side. So he's coming on basically at 6 o'clock to start off with us. And the trailers, I can tell you that we're going to be screening the trailers, let's see, from 6 to 7. So it's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. And then between 6 and 7 will probably be around closer to the 7 o'clock mark, because we
Right.
want to try to take advantage of the fact that Mr. Eric Larson's going to take the time out to come on the show and then do the trivia. And then once we clear that, I think we'll probably screen the trailers. So we don't have a defined time yet. But then we're going to have all of our special guests will be jumping on, which include Mr. George Zuvalos and Diana Durango, Mediocre Modeler, Battlestar Bulletin Board, Sean Shallow, Professor Eric Patton will come on, France Severn, Tara, John One, Dorian Keys, all of them will be coming on at some point after Mr. Larson. And so we'll have plenty to talk about. We're going to have a good time, celebrate IFB and Battlestar Galactica and Stranded Warrior.
It's trying to work. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be a good time. Plus, it'll be good to hear some behind the scenes things. So maybe we talked, Dorian, about, hey, what was your thoughts when you became, brought this music in? How do you create such interesting music? How do you put this music into to where it fits? Is it something that you feel? Is it something that you do? Those kind of things. It'd be really interesting talking to him in regards to that. And our audio engineer, if he comes on, we always talk to him about, what's it like to be an audio engineer? Did you go to school? How do you do it? It's all really great information in regards to, to those people that are behind the scenes that kind of create the things. And then, of course, we have the actors on as well. So Diana and George, Mr. George Zuvalos, will kind of give another update of how they feel about the trailer and what they look forward to. So, and then
very, very cool. And Stephen McCormick, our trivia champ, says, I'll be getting on a flight that takes off at 6:50, but I will try to listen for the first hour and watch the rest later. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate you supporting us. And I know that you're going to be heartbroken that you're not going to win another trivia contest that we're going to host, but that's okay. So John is on, or
Yes,
John
he's
is
here.
not on? He's on. Excellent. All right, cool. So John 1 is with us, and John,
Boy.
thanks, John, for doing what you do. John, of course, is our production coordinator as well as one of our anchors. And John, you go out there and you brought on Mr. Michael Moore. You've been bringing on pretty much all the bulk. Like I think it's like 90% of all our guests. So thank you very much for doing that, John.
My pleasure.
Really
It's nice,
appreciate
nice
it.
getting to know these people and
Yeah,
my social
man.
skills.
And I'm
Well,
I'm totally fanboying over Hugh Howie.
yeah,
Yep,
Hugh
he's
Howie
coming
from
28th.
Silo. Oh my God, that is so cool. So that's really nice. So John, I mean, right? We got to talk to Michael Morris telling us all this stuff about holy mackerel,
Oh, I
right?
was asking him like a million questions. I'm writing a million questions for him. He worked on
Oh yeah, it's
he worked
so
on
cool.
Gremlins, Critters,
Yeah.
Waterworld, The Abyss.
Incredible.
Oh, I have
So,
forgotten about
on,
the Abyss. That's been a long time.
B5
from New
Star
York.
Trek.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
Star
right.
Trek.
That's right. The Escape from New York. I mean, just on and on. The guy's incredible. And you know what? We didn't even
Pete's
get
still
to
trying
talk
to
about.
escape from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
We
too.
didn't, yeah, right. We didn't get a chance to
No
talk to him
escape.
about
There is
the
no
toys,
escape.
John. Right? We didn't really touch, tip of the iceberg when
Yep.
it came to the toy stuff, right? He was telling us about, all of the merchandise toy stuff. And
85%. Oh, yeah, he was saying. There's a lot of cool
Incredible.
Star Wars stuff coming out too. Mattel.
Yeah, man. So,
I'm like,
looking forward to having him back. And then
He's very, very
it
nice
is-
man. I thanked him. He's a
Yeah.
very
Oh
cool guy.
man, come on. So cool. Sometimes, getting these behind the scenes people and then really talking about, what they do is taken for granted. But I'm glad that we're able to have a platform for this because, they're the ones that we need to talk to as well. I mean, it's not
Yes.
only the face people. John,
Yeah,
what's the deal with? There's a convention coming up. I think it's next month, a horror convention in New Jersey.
Yes, I think that's the New York, New Jersey Horror-thon, the Screelathon. That's going on. Then, is that in Atlantic City or is that in Edison?
I think it's in Paramus.
Paramus, right? It's right across the bridge.
Yeah, I think it's in
So there's gonna be
Paramus.
a lot of actors and a lot of famous people going to be there. So you guys going to
Yeah.
go? I'll probably meet you there.
Well, I ChillerCon in Parsippany.
ChillerCon.
Thank you, Professor Patton. That's right. It's Chiller, and every year, man, I've been trying to get to that con for the longest time. So I don't know if the Tipsy Toaster is going to be able to go, John, but
Oh.
I think I might be able to get out there. Oh, Crunch, Chiller Theater, October 27th and 29th in Parsippany, New Jersey. Let's see, John, why don't we coordinate something? We drive
There you
out
go.
there, and here it is. Oh my God, check this out. This is incredible. Yeah.
Danny
Minetti.
Glover's going to be there. Minetti.
Yeah, and Minetti's going to be there.
That's
Rob
important.
Baum
I mean,
just,
really, that's somebody that Larry
I
Minetti is somebody. If you definitely going to come see him,
I would like to get his autograph. I
Yep.
think that'd be really, really cool. So, John, maybe we should coordinate. You and I go out. I believe Professor Patton will meet up with us. Yeah. So, Eric, I'll shoot you an email. John, we'll see what which day works. I know that Professor, I think you told me there's I think it's the first 2 days or something that you're available. So we'll work within your context, and we'll just we'll go out and have a good time, man. I mean, I've never been to this one, but I've heard about it, John. I've heard about this convention forever, man. So, I mean, look at all these.
There's a lot of
Chips
and that's just the
reunion.
actors.
There you go.
You have like Full Moon and all the horror story sites, the directors and everything, and the movie theater. So that should be all there too. So
this.
maybe
Oh my
we can get a nice
God!
interview with Full Moon.
Karen Grace.
Look at this. Karen Gressel from
Little House on the Prairie. I grew up with that one.
Wow.
That doesn't
My Three
seem very
Sons.
horror for me. Chiller.
No, they mix it up, dude. Look, here's Willy Wonka, man. They have Willy, the Willy Wonka kids.
It's the
Veruca
blueberry.
Salt,
Yeah,
Salt.
that's right.
Mike TV.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. So they have a really good mix. They bring around a lot of the classic.
Larry Minetti.
There it is. Larry Minetti. Look, they didn't
They don't even mention Battlestar there.
Nah, come on, man.
Hmm.
Nah, that'd be cool.
I think this is the week after Comic-Con, right? New York Comic-Con?
Week
Yeah,
after?
I
Yeah,
think
Comic-Con
it
is
is.
about the 14th, right?
Yeah, let me just.
maybe it is.
I have it written down.
Right.
So
Married
guys,
with Children. Yay.
any of you that are going to New York Comic Con, please let us know. We're going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. John, what days are you going?
I think I'm gonna go Friday or Saturday.
Oh,
I'm
you
trying
got to
to
let
get
us
one,
know so that we can,
yeah.
right? Okay.
I'm probably gonna go
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay, well, we're going to be there. We'll be there on Friday.
Mhm.
So we'll meet up on Friday. So just like we did last year. And so
Oh, wow.
the
Grease.
look at this.
Wow.
This is crazy. There's so many people going to this. And this is, we said, it's I believe the last weekend of October. So let's see how that plays out. I am definitely interested in going, John. If you can work it out, I'd like to meet up with Professor Padden out in New Jersey. So Friday or Saturday night, I can make a reservation there. I will. All right, I'm going to coordinate with you, Professor. Thank you very, very much. Very, very nice of you to offer that. So John, you and me will coordinate, and then we'll talk with the professor. And then you're going to meet up with us at New York Comic Con. Any of you that are coming out to either one of these conventions, but particularly New York Comic Con, Chris and I will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. John One will meet us on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So please let us know in advance. We definitely want to meet up with you, talk to you, take some pictures. It'd be really, really cool. So, it's just, they mix it up, guys. At this convention that we're still scrolling the guests. It's a traditional horror, convention.
Oh, Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Oh, what? Oh, I got to see that.
Attack of the Killer Donuts.
I got to see that.
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
That was a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Classic. Okay. So look, I mean, it goes on.
Harrison Page. Wow, he's a good actor too.
Yeah.
They have so many guests at this convention. It's no joke. This is what they're known for. And I don't know. I haven't been to it, so I'm kind of very interested in heading out there and checking that out.
It's just like the fanfare, like in Philly, where you go just get anything you want signed from all these actors. Is it like that? Or
I don't know.
Fan forums?
I don't know, John. My impression is that
it's like that.
It's like
Girlfriend from Hell.
They have
watch that one.
I have actually seen. I've watched some of the video from this for YouTube stuff.
Brotherhood
so
of Satan.
there's a dealer's room, and I've seen a lot of really good pictures. Oh, that's a good classic.
Yep.
Beverly Washburn.
Yep.
From the original
Old
Star
Yeller.
Trek. That would be good.
Oh.
I'd get her autograph. So there is a dealer's room, and a lot of these actors will be set up throughout, like at WinterCon, John. I think it's like WinterCon. Yeah. So, we get online, we get some autographs, meet some people, and see what this is all about. I think it'll be kind of fun to drive out, and
That'd be pretty
it'll
cool.
be really cool. Yeah, meet up with Professor Padden too. Be nice to see him again after Dragon Con. We had a really good time at Dragon Con. I mean, it's a beast.
Dragon Con withdrawal. Waiting for next year.
Oh, it's a beast. Oh my God, it's no joke, guys. But it's
there's so many Facebook pages now too. I've jumped on the Dragon Con SCIFI track.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Fantasy track. I even jumped on a puppet track.
Yep.
Oh, did you? Excellent.
Have you lived that one down yet?
There's so much going on. So John, on the 17th, I have you down, and you're going to be on the later side of the broadcast, which is great, and we appreciate that. Any comments? Anything that you want to add to the show tonight?
No, it's good. I'm enjoying myself. This was a great year. I mean, this third year was a great for you guys. I'm looking forward to having what's going to go in the fourth year. I mean, this is
for you mean
who
for
knows?
us?
Yeah.
For us,
What's
John,
gonna happen?
for us. No, it's
Yeah.
for us, man. It's
Yep.
all
I know
IFB is for everybody, for all of us.
Yep.
A fan
And,
film will come out the next year. That's what I know.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
thought it was,
that's exactly what's gonna happen.
I'm looking
And
forward
then-
to another great year. So I'm.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
all the fans are too. I think. We had a
and
very good
John,
year this year.
don't forget that I have some high hopes for some of your writing. You have a story that's out there that man, I'm totally intrigued. I know you've been working on it slowly but surely. You pitched me an idea that I thought was fantastic, and I'm looking forward to helping you make that into a short. So maybe next year, maybe we'll be filming your original movie short, and we'll see where that goes. But I think that might be the follow-up project after the Stranded Warrior, because I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to it, John. So I'm hoping that you don't downplay that part of your talents, because you have some really good ideas, bro.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Cool. Very
I
cool.
have time.
Chris, I don't know.
Thank you.
Any last minute, any thoughts?
No, this being the last official broadcast of 2022 season. It's been a hell of a ride, still going. I mean, who would have thought we've gotten this far to begin with? So it's just been so much fun, and looking forward to the 2 more days. We'll be doing another 2 days. Yeah, it's Thursday.
3 days.
Friday,
In
Saturday,
3 days.
3 days. On the 17th.
Yep.
We
In
will,
3 days.
Starting another year.
Oh yeah. Not to mention that it was your birthday.
It's my
Yes, happy birthday.
It's my birthday.
Yep. Happy birthday, Chris. I know
Old
most of
Cylons
you
never die. They just rust and get replacement
most
parts.
of you wished well to Chris, and thank you for supporting us.
Thank
And Chris, hopefully we will continue, because I'll tell you right now, even if we just, if we're leveling out here, right, never mind getting even higher. I mean, Eric Larson's coming back, right? And so
the trailer is just,
Eric Larson was in Battlestar Galactica and 1980 and a lot of his father's stuff, right? I mean, so he's a legacy, and he's in his own right. He's got his own, production companies, and he does his own stuff. And so, who would have ever thought? I mean, the guest tonight, the level of these people that we're getting is incredible. Yeah. We're very, very grateful for everybody's work.
All of the
it's just crazy. It's And thank you guys. Thank everybody.
Because a lot, some of those people that we've been turned on to have been from the people in the audience that said, "Hey, I know so and so," or "Hey, I know how you get hold of so and so." That happens every so once in a while. It's been amazing that we are able to do that and get those people on to talk to. Everybody.
Oh, 100%.
And that they're so nice to come on and talk to us and everything. Yeah. And I was talking to a guy today, and he's like, I charge. I said, well, we don't pay anybody. He said, well, are you going to charge me to be on your show? I'm like, no. You're doing me a favor. And he's like, okay, I'm coming on. So we have
that's awesome.
We have our first steampunk author coming on next month.
Oh, cool.
Outstanding. So, that's really, really cool. See? And there you go. That's how it works, guys. So, we're mixing it up and entertain everybody, keep our fingers on the pulse of pop culture. Chris, I mean, it's one hell of a ride, man. And we're still going. So thank you guys. We still got more. We got plenty.
Don't run away.
Yeah.
It's not the end, guys. We're having fun.
We're having fun. So we're just wrapping up season 3, right? This is the end of our season 3. We're going to go to season 4, starting on the 17th of this month of September. thank you very much for being a part of IFB, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Chrissa says it was a pleasure working with you. I enjoyed every minute on the set with you guys. Looking forward to watch. Yes, and we definitely want you to come on the
Review the
show.
trailer.
Yeah, we need you to come on,
Yeah.
and yeah, don't go too far, because we definitely going to have you on as well. And we look forward to having all of you with us. So thank you very much for tuning in, and
Yep. Here's
let's
you all.
toast to the fans,
Wait till you see the
guys.
trailer, guys. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer again.
Yep. So here's to you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will be back around on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our 4-hour marathon. I keep wanting to say 12-hour marathon, but Pete won't let me say that. But we'll see you then. So a couple of days from now, don't be so sad. We'll be right back. But it's important that we realize that it's you. They're the important people out there. It's you to keep the fleet running. It's you that create the stories. It's you, the fans. So here's to you. We'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yes, feel the
Stay
fleet.
safe.
Thanks, guys. Mansfield Fleet. Have a good night, guys.